Welcome back. Well, Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke is this morning being accused of, quote, rushing through thousands of citizen applications in marginal electorates Labor is desperate to hold. Joining us to discuss today's headlines is Independent MP Dai Le in the studio with me. Good morning to you, Dai, and ALP National President Wayne Swan.
Morning.
So, Dai, I'll start with you. This citizenship blitz is perfectly timed, right, to this upcoming election. Labor accused of targeting some 12,000 votes. Some of them are in your electorate.
Oh, look, it's really like I have attended citizenship ceremonies for the last more than a decade. There's never been a minister coming in to participate in our citizenship because it's very local. It's our local council organised that. And so it was quite surprising to hear that the minister was going to do. I mean, I saw him at the Liverpool one, and he told me he was going to do every day for the next 2 weeks, all citizenship. I think, really? It's quite shocking. But yeah, look, look, this is about getting votes. I don't think it's going to work because I think the anger in the community over cost of living is more than beyond citizenship. So I think that if they're trying to make it sound like we're not on top of it. My council has been on top of citizenship ceremonies and getting the applications through in process. So that has all been done. We've got 50 left, which the minister...
So you think this could backfire against... I mean, you're there, you've got your finger on the pulse, you're hearing from the community. It could backfire on Labor?
Oh, it could backfire on Labor, absolutely. People can be cynical about this.
All right. Wayne, it's left local mayors in the areas frustrated. The Liverpool mayor, Ned Manoon, says, quote, they are stacking marginal seats better than Woolworths stacks shelves. Is Labor buying voters? He reckons they are.
This is a complete beat-up. I've been to citizenship ceremonies. I've been to citizenship ceremonies where there have been ministers present. It's quite normal. And if people have satisfied all the requirements, then they should be able to make that commitment as soon as possible. It's one of the best things in public life. And the minister's keen on citizenship, always has been, and he's moving around the country. And if people are saying that it's in the context of marginal seats, I mean, that is just absurd.
But it is, though, isn't it? I mean, Fowler is 1.8%, Werriwa 5.3%, Parramatta 3.7%, and if they're handing out how to vote cards on the way out, what else is
AEC? They've got the AEC.
The number of people in each electorate around the country who will be getting their citizenship ceremony will not determine the outcome of the election. This is just a complete beat-up.
Well, Wayne, sorry to say, but I've attended many citizenship ceremonies over a decade. Not a single minister has come out to Fairfield City, to Liverpool City in all of that period, Wayne, in that period. So this is quite
I've seen
surprising.
Ministers, and I, as a minister, have done citizenship
That was a while ago, though, Wayne. Dai's there now.
And if you think it's going to matter in terms of the electoral outcome, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah, well, people see it as a very cynical move by a minister to turn up just a few weeks prior to an election.
What, someone from Western Sydney going to Western Sydney?
Some of those marginal seats...
He's never been there.
You could lose a seat. Let's move on. We've got a bit to get through.
He lives in Western Sydney.
Let's move on, Wayne, if that's all right. The opposition leader has hit out at Donald Trump, slamming the US president for calling Volodymyr Zelensky a, quote, dictator without elections. Wayne, the Australian-Ukrainian community is pleading with the government to speak out more strongly in their defence. Dutton seems to be listening. Is the PM?
Well, the government strongly supports the Ukrainian community, but we're not going to have the Prime Minister doing megaphone diplomacy. He has strongly supported the Ukrainians. The party strongly supports the Ukrainians, but we do have to handle this matter properly with the United States. If Peter Dutton is so anti-Donald Trump, why did he actually support him on Gaza? The truth is that the Prime Minister has responsibilities that the opposition leader does not have, and he's behaving entirely responsibly.
Dai, how important is it, I guess, for Australia to stand by? I mean, it's a comment that we're hearing a lot of world leaders weigh in on. Keir Starmer has weighed in on it. Boris Johnson before him has weighed in on this as well in support of Ukraine. But is there a risk in lashing out against Donald Trump?
Look, for me, I think, as I've said before, I think sometimes Donald Trump on the world stage will say something really outrageous just to, maybe part of his negotiation tactics, whatever. But I think that, we know that the fact is that, Ukraine got invaded. And I think that in Australia, we also know that millions of Ukrainians have been killed. But I think we need to just, for me at the moment, in my community, in Fowler, the focus is on cost of living.
All right, just very quickly, Wayne, before we let you go, billionaire businessman Jane Packer hoping to finance a documentary spooking Australia's lucrative superannuation system in the US. You're about to head over. How does it look?
Well, the Australian superannuation system is admired around the world, and we've been asked to go to the United States to talk to them about the framework, because our superannuation system prevents the sort of sick inequality that you see in a society like the United States, because it spreads income and assets across the bottom 90% of the population. That doesn't occur in the United States, so we're delighted as an industry to go to the United States to talk to them about our world-beating framework.
It's lucrative. Are they being receptive, Wayne, the Americans?
Well, we haven't arrived yet, but because it's been organised and the people that are going would indicate there's a great deal of interest.
All right, we'll see how it plays out. Thank you.